Hey, good morning and happy Tuesday to everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hey, quick reminder that Wednesday, tomorrow, we're moving our members e-learning up a day because Thursday's a holiday. So tomorrow will be our members' holiday. Our members' holiday. Yeah, it'll be a members' holiday. Now, we're going to have a webinar. We're going to be talking about sectors. So I hope everyone can join us. For those that don't know, my name is Rick. I'm clicking a few things off right here. There we go. Hey, I want to remind everybody, this is important, okay? June 24th, 2025. Yep, this year. Yep, this month, toward the end of the month. Starting at 8:45 in the morning, just like right now, we're going to have an open house with Hit and Run Candlesticks. I am going to be your host. That's me right there, a whole lot younger, but that's me. And so I would love to invite everybody to the room. You can look for this image on our social media. We'll send it out email. I don't think we've done that yet, but it is on social media. And click on that link and register, okay? Maybe we'll have some surprises for those that are there in the room. So June 24th. Okay, 8:45 is when we start. You don't have to be there all day. You can pop in and out if you'd like. Ask lots of questions and learn what you can, okay? One more thing I want to talk about, and this is for today. Boom. This is for today. For members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, we have a very special guest this afternoon at noon Eastern today. That's 12 p.m. for those that are not sure what time noon is. He is he's a member, and he's our room guru on Ichimoku Cloud. So if you are interested, noon today, 12 p.m. Eastern, right here in the Hit and Run Candlesticks trading room. And it'll go for probably 45 minutes to an hour, probably not much more than that. I would love to have everybody in the room. Make sure you ask lots of questions, okay? So 12 noon. All right, let's talk about this market, right? So I want to do this. I took a snapshot of some news that popped up this morning. Retail sales fell 0.9% in May, worse than expected as consumers pulled back. Look, every day there's something, okay? Every day there's something good. Every day something bad. Welcome to life. Every day, outside of the market, every day there is something good that happens and something that's tragic that happens. And the stock market is no different. And news is always going to print the bad stuff. They never print the good stuff. It's the way it is, and it's okay. I'm not complaining about that. Nor do I want to ignore that stuff, okay? I don't want to ignore it. I want to know it. I want to have it on my desk, in my brain, in my pocket. I want to know that stuff. But that's not what I trade. And truthfully, I actually think probably 99.99% of all traders don't trade that either, because you don't know how. How do you trade that stuff? It's the news comes out, it's flash news, and then there's a ton of emotions that start showing up. How do you trade emotions? And you can't. Not successfully, not on a continuous basis can you do that successfully. But what you can do is you can trade the chart. It's really, really simple. Follow the trend and follow price action. Now, I also like a few little chart patterns in there, like pullbacks or, flags, breakouts, things like that. Candlestick signals. I like to see candlesticks. We'll talk about, since the market is still long, we'll talk about long. I like to see here. I actually got a coloring book here. I like to see bullish engulfs. I like to see, let's do this. I like to see morning stars. You know, when I see things like this, I can make sense of this. I can't make sense of this news. I can't make sense of it um, because I have no idea how that is going to change anything in the market. Now, a lot of news will do a knee jerk in the market. A lot of times that will happen. Tomorrow, Mr. Powell speaks. That could cause some knee jerk reaction. But it, you know, you have to ask yourself, is it really going to cause some big, you know, rally to the upside or move to the downside? Probably not. But that's just my personal feeling. The main thing is to follow the chart. What is the chart doing? And another thing is, let's step away just for a minute from the hard right edge. Step away. You know, in the evenings, on the weekends, whenever you look at charts, not during the day, you've got to stick to business, right? But when you're not during the day, go back and look at the whole chart. How did price go from here to here? How did it go? Learn how it went. Look how it did this to there. How did it go? What made it do it? And don't try to get too crazy with the answers on who made it do it. One simple fact: there are more buyers than sellers. You can go back and through pages and pages and pages of news, and you can look inside your gut if you want. And my gut says this. Your gut doesn't say anything. Your gut just tells you when you're hungry and when you need to go poop. That's all it is. That's all your gut's for. For trading, just follow the trend. If the trend is down, just follow the trend. Why are we down? Because there's more sellers than buyers. It's that simple. So I'm just saying, don't let the news overwhelm you in trading. It just doesn't work out so well because you end up chasing news. But the trend, you can be one with the trend. You don't have to chase it. You can be one with price. You do not have to chase it. All right. So it's real simple. Anyway, that news popped up on my phone here, and I just, that was like just something that happened just a little bit ago. Some other people may have gotten it. And I just had to talk about this. Okay. So yesterday, here we better get to business, hadn't we? Yesterday, we closed up. We did not close up over our 602 number that I really want us to close over, but we did not close down. So let's just wait and see what happens. Right now, we still have, a little trend up, just looking at that low moving up. And then you can see that high right in there. We're still doing pretty good. We're not doing horrible. I think everyone, every trader probably started off the week yesterday or Sunday night thinking to yourselves, let's see, Thursday's going to be a holiday. Nobody's going to work Friday. This is going to be a real slow week. This is going to be a week of consolidation. And you know what? I think you were right. And that's what this week's going to be. Now, tomorrow there might be a little shaking going on, but I think at the end, it's going to be nothing, because I don't think anything that Mr. Powell is going to say is going to change anything about the market. I just do not believe that. Now, that's just a personal opinion. That's my gut feeling. I better go to the bathroom, hadn't I? So right now, price still above the T-line. T-line still above the trend indicator. That's what I use to determine trend, and it works. Now, you may not use that, but whatever you use it consistently, okay? So right now, we're still bullish. If we look at T2123, it did kind of weaken up yesterday. Yes, it did. Look at that. See, we're trying to weaken up. See how price has turned that dot red? So today will be kind of important. The importance will be, will we come back up and get that dot green again? Or are we going to put another red dot in there? If we put another red dot, I'm going to be very concerned about this market, and very concerned about the market. I can't say whether I'm going to put more shorts on. or even go closer to cash. It's too early in the morning to tell that, but I'm going to follow this very closely. For those that have TC2000, this is the T2123, and I keep it on the hourly chart. It works marvelous, absolutely marvelous. This over here is VXX. It's not showing any fear. So we're down a little bit, and we're not showing any fear. That tells me that we've got a battle going on between the bulls and the bears. It's not a strong battle. If anything, it's a snoring battle. They're both asleep, and they're both snoring right now. So it's just a sleepy market. It's a sleepy market. And these two animals right here, they're just snoozing right now. They're not doing anything. And that's what's giving us a very slow, very quiet, very go nowhere market up here. Okay. All right. Let's look at some charts. I do want to remind you one more time, open house, okay, June 24th. Please, please, please register. Go to our social media. You'll find it on X. You'll find it in Facebook. You'll find it on YouTube. YouTubers, you can scroll down into the chat area, and there's a link there to register. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. Take a look at, well, let's don't do that. That's not really what I wanted. Doggone it. Take a look at Oklo. So Oklo is still moving up here. I think it still has some higher numbers to go. And, you know, there may be some people that look at Oklo and think, well, geez, that's awful crazy. Look at those wicks up here. And your feeling, your thought may be, man, I don't want to trade that because that's telling me that we've got a high end and we could move down too much. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. That is what that might mean. On the other hand, if the bull is stronger, that don't mean squat right here. And right now, the bull just might be stronger. So, you know, they invented stops in stock trading, and I think that's a fantastic thing. So if you were to buy this, why not put your stop in? How much you're going to risk? You've got to decide, is that going to be something you can or cannot do? Let me share the number one tip today. This is the number one tip for yesterday. In fact, this is a number one tip for every day in the past and every day in the future. Pull profits off the table into strength. So you buy something like Oklo, you set a nice stop in there that you can afford. This thing runs up. Do not be afraid to take profits. I'll guarantee you it'll pull back again. I mean, just look at the chart. You see all the pullbacks in it? You can come over here, see all the pullbacks. I can guarantee you it will pull back again. I just read, Nancy, what you wrote. In NNE, take a look at NNE. I'm looking for a target up here of about $40. Now, some traders, let's do this. Some traders are going to wait for a very clear breakout. And let's make that an arrow. Whoops, arrow. The voice command here doesn't work. Making it. Some traders, there we go. Wait for it to break out, wait for a pullback. There's nothing wrong with that. Some traders do that, okay? Some traders bought it yesterday. Some traders are buying it right now. Some traders are going to buy it when the market opens up. The point is, everybody's buying in this area here. And here's a news flash for you. Everybody's looking for it to move higher, okay? So all of us are together. Now, different traders will place entries at different levels. Different traders will take profits off at different levels. This is where you have to come to the table and make these decisions. If you're having trouble with these decisions, come on into the trading room. Let's talk about it. Not that I can give you the absolute answers, but we can talk it through. And the answers may just show up because everyone's a little different. There is no cookie cutter. There is no cookie cutter entry. There is no cookie cutter chart pattern or profit, moving higher where you profit at. All right. Let's take a look at SMR. Now, I look at SMR and it just might be too high. It might be too high for me. But I'll bet you $100 bill that it might not be too high for some people. And this, you've got to decide if you're some people. Is that too high for you, or do you want to buy that? Well, if you decide you want to buy that, simply keep that stop in there. You know, if you're nervous, man, I want to buy this. I want to be part of this game, but I'm afraid because it's too high, it might pull back. Please do not forget to use stops. Please don't forget that. That's not one I would buy today. Take a look at AMD here. Now, see, I think AMD has a good future here. AMD, a beautiful trend. Here's what I'm going to look at in a chart. First of all, I've got to go ask myself, what is the overall market doing? You know, is the market trading long with me? And if the answer is yes, then I'm going to look at something like this. Look at that trend right there. All right. Here we have a little J. I hope you guys see the chart. Okay. A little morning star signal. Here we've broken out. Nice chart. Is it too high for you? It could be. Is it too high for others? Nope. I guarantee it's not. Targets. Well, right here is one target that I'm looking at. And this right here just might be another one. So maybe if you have, I don't know, maybe you bought options, maybe you didn't, maybe you bought the stock. So whatever you bought, it moves up. And here's something else I want to, before I go further, I guarantee you it's going to pull back. I mean, look at the chart. Why would the next 10 days be any different? It will pull back maybe twice, maybe 6 times in the next 10 days. I'll guarantee you. Why would going from here up be any different than this? The point I'm trying to make is we move up, take some profits into strength, okay? Take profits into strength, because what do we know? It's going to pull back. There's no doubt in my mind. And then when it catches some more buyers, it's going to move up. And it's going to pull back. Well, you know, as it rallies up, take some profits into strength. Then we get up into our main target area up here. All right. Let's take a look at jets. Nope, let's not. I didn't pick any out today. I'm going down a watch list that I use on TC2000, some scanning stuff, and just using that. So take a look at WDC here. Nice breakout. That's a buy. So let's make sure that's on our watch list. Okay. Yeah. All righty. Here, you guys are putting some up there. Let me FMC. Let's take a look. Thank you, by the way. FMC, rounded bottom breakout. Yeah. Here, let's put this trend up. Oh, something like that. There's the trend. And for those that are thinking that's no trend, I don't use price action. I use the trend indicator. And what I'm going to do is come down to, you know, where I think we started from and just go to that last dot right there, like that. That's what I use. Everything I use is about the trend indicator. That's my trend. So price action, we moved up to the dotted deuce. I am so glad we failed right there. Makes me feel good. Here we came back down to the trend indicator, and now we're putting some sideways consolidation in. That just might be a buy right through there. A lot of people might look at a line about that and say, hey, that's a buy over 43. Cool. Actually, it's a buy anywhere in here you want. You're not going to go to jail if you buy it somewhere else. Okay. And then we're going to look for it to move up. And then we've got the 200 period moving average is a very nice target. So what are we talking here? 14, 15% away. That's a nice chart. Let's flag that. Thank you very much. eBay coming from S there. Look at eBay. Look at the trend. So let's take a look at eBay. See the consolidation there? Look at the consolidation there. Look at the consolidation there. Consolidation there. Sort of right here. The point is it's repeatable. Consolidation trading is repeatable. And then now what are we going to look at? Probably should have done this different color, hadn't I? Right? Now what we're going to look at, a repeatable pattern. Isn't this repeatable? Up, sideways 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 up. See how that's repeatable? You just have to have the guts to step in there. I mean, that's kind of what it amounts to, isn't it? Put your stop in, keep your risk low, keep your risk low. Make sure the market is in your favor. For me, I want to make sure that T2123 is acting somewhat bullish. I want to make sure that the SPY here is acting bullish. So that's when I say make sure the market is working for you. That's what I'm going to look at. And I want BXX to be down, not up. So now that chart becomes a tradable chart, eBay. Let's see here. Hey, Hydro, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Vernon, good morning to you. Hey, Coach, good morning. Is the market closed on Thursday? Yes, it is. Coach, you own some Page, P-A-G-S. Whoops, S. Look at that. Nice. I hope yesterday. Very nice. So we look at a chart like this. This is real sloppy. But as sloppy as it is, let's do this. Oh, wow. All it is consolidation. That's consolidation right there. That's all that is. So here we rally up, we consolidate. All this could be consolidate. And then let's make some money. So there, whoops, wrong one, Rick. Slow down, buddy. There's some green, there's money, there's money. So Coach is looking for money right there. Okay. Nice trade. Thank you. I'm going to flag that one. Great day yesterday. Great candle pattern in here as well. Thank you very much. Good morning, Daryl. Pin. Yeah, look at Pin. Whoops. Look at Pin. Yeah, Pin looks good. So here's something I say a lot in the trading room during the day. When you're looking at a chart, while I think price action is important, I truly do, but I also think you need to ignore it throughout your process. There needs to be a, as you're creating your process, whether I should buy this stock or not, does this look good or not, is it worth a trade or not? During your process, turn price off, because price can be all over the place. Price can be, price can put a candle like this and somebody's going to look at that and say, well, that's a hangman and that's going to scare everybody to death. Well, stop looking at it is what I say. Everybody's going to look at this big, not everybody. Some people are going to look at this ugly move down and say, oh, we're going lower. This is just a fake move up. Stop looking at price. Seriously. And don't get me wrong. I think price is one of the most important thing there is. And I think you should look at price, but there is a point when you look at a chart, forget about price just for a minute. 50 period moving average is turning up. The trend indicator is turning up. The T line is trending. It has a little bend in it, but it's trending. Notice right here today, it's higher than it is back here. It's trending. We've been below the 200 period moving average and the dotted deuce. If you go back and look at this chart, any chart you want to, let's go do this. I didn't cherry pick this either, folks. See how we came back to the 200, 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 came back to the 200. See how we came down to the 200. See how we broke through the 200. The 200 period moving average is possibly the most important moving average on any given chart. So what in the world makes you think that we're not going to move back to the 200? Well, I can't guarantee we are. I cannot. But I can say when the market is in your favor and when the trend indicator is trending like it is, and when you have a big move up and a rest, a low, a higher low, a low, a higher high, a higher low, you've got the makings of a chart that's going to move higher. All right, now let's talk about price. Price can screw you if you're not careful. It can just be bouncing all over. It can scare you. It can kick you out. You know, it could run you out of this chart. But how many times has people, you've bought this position and then it goes down, it shakes you out only for the next day to start doing this? Maybe because you spend too much time looking at price. I love price. Do not get me wrong. Price is king. But even a king needs to be thrown in the closet and needs to be locked for a little while. So put price aside for a little bit sometimes and evaluate the chart without emotions. Price is emotions. Pull the emotions away. Anyway, sorry, I just keep going here. Pen's a nice chart. I'm looking at that 200 period moving average as a good target. Thank you very much, Daryl. Let's see here. What else? Let's find something. Take a look at Reddit. Who thinks Reddit can move up here to 155.22? Hey, do me a favor. I'm going to ask that question. Members, you're in the room here. Everyone else, you're logged in through YouTube or X or Facebook. Do me a favor, okay? So here's my question to you. In whatever service you're logged into, my question is, do you think Reddit can move up here to about we'll call it 155? Now, if you think it can, will you go to that Facebook, go to that X, go to that YouTube here in the room? Will you just type Reddit 155 yes, if you think it can? So let's watch Reddit, okay? Look how Reddit overall is making a trend up. We broke out of that 200 period moving average. Here we are pre-market. I'm thinking Reddit can get to that 50% retracement up here. At 50% retracement is just taking the high over here of February 10th down to the low of, what is that, March 7th, April 7th. And it looks like Reddit has had a pretty nasty pullback. We've been, buyers have slowly pulled it up, and now it looks like we're headed to 155. So remember, do me a favor, go to Facebook if you're one of the Facebookers, go to YouTube if you're YouTube, X, here in the room. If you think it can go to 155, or if you think no, I want to hear from you, okay? So Reddit, yes, 155. Reddit, no, 155. Will you guys do that for me? Thank you. Hey, I want to say thanks for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. Today seemed kind of oddball to me. Sorry, I just kept talking about things. Please register for the open house coming up June 24th this year, this month, okay? This June. All right, everyone. Great big good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Let's get into this market. Make sure you don't forget, Thursday's a holiday. Tomorrow, Mr. Powell speaks. And who wants to be here Friday, right? So this whole week could be pretty slow. It just might not be an important week. All right. You guys all take care. Members, we'll see you at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up here. All right. Take care and thank you.